Let's say you're going to fire Simon.
Yeah. What should they not do?
What are the things they should not be doing? Like,
Okay.
what are the things where it's like, hey, man, if you do this,
I'll give you an
you're
example.
done.
Yeah, I'll give you an example. So recently, a couple of employees made a couple of mistakes, which cost a lot of money, which I think we've spoken about before.
Publicly?
Yeah, on this podcast, I'm pretty sure we've spoken about it. So they made a couple of mistakes, which cost a significant amount of money to rectify. Now, if they made that same mistake again, I would be having a very serious conversation with them. If they made the same mistake, because then it's careless. Then it's not my money, it's not my issue, it's not my problem. I'm just going to whatever, I'm busy or whatever it is. If they made the same mistake again, then there would be a serious conversation around that, for sure.
Elaborate, because that's quite vague. Like, what's a serious conversation? Is it, hey, pack up your shit and get the fuck out?
Potentially, it depends.
Hey,
because that was a significant amount of money
again?
enough. Yeah, they're already at that point. Don't do that again. Yeah. So don't do that. Understand, like, and we had a team meeting and, taking the responsibility, like, okay, maybe it's not my fault that these mistakes happen because I didn't have a process in place or a system in place or whatever it might be. But in the same token, everyone else that was involved in that also needs to take accountability and be responsible for that too. There's a mistake was made, learn from it, make sure it never happens again, ever. Because there's no excuse for that to ever happen again, having gone through that experience. And if that happens again, that just shows me you don't care. And yeah, it could mean a termination. Yes, it was big enough to do that. I'd be putting people on notice after that for sure.
Okay, that's a specific example.
Yes, and that was, okay, so let's just say it's a smaller issue. Lots of little mistakes. Hey, that cost $1,000. Wake up. All right, don't do that again. Hey, that's another $900. Hey, that's another $3,000.
So don't waste money.
Yeah, they're fucking oath. Absolutely.
That's all I'm here. Don't waste money.
Don't waste money.
You want to keep your job at Pascon?
And it could also be, but let's flip it over. It could be stuff they're saying. Maybe they're continuously swearing in the office, saying inappropriate words, and there's women present. Okay, let's just say something like that. All right. And then let's just say my PA comes up and says, listen, I'm a little bit uncomfortable in the office because this person keeps saying certain words or swearing a lot or whatever it might be. So cool, let's go downstairs. Guys, we need to be respectful of everyone in this office. This is a shared office space. Be respectful of the words that you're using and the things that you're saying. And then that person continuously does it. That's an issue as well. That's a conversation you'd have to have. Because it's also, a cultural thing. You want to foster a really good culture within the business and have them be the best versions of themselves and be respectful of that. It can be a whole range of things, just carelessness, mistakes, not taking a responsibility for things. Like, I want to employ people to run their own race. I don't want to have to sit over them and go, "Hey, you forgot to carry the 2." Because if I'm doing that, I may as well do it myself. So I don't want to micromanage people. I very rarely micromanage people. Today I had a meeting with a client. There were things I didn't know about the project because I'm not involved on that level. But I'd be like, hey, Simon knows about it. I've got the answer. I just don't have it here. If he was here, he would answer it for you. We know the answer. I'm just not involved on that level. I'm involved on this level. Now, if I don't have the trust and the belief and the confidence in my employees to do their role, then I think that's a huge marker for them not to really be in that role. You got to be able, you got to back it up. You got to be able to get the wins on the board and do what you're employed to do. An employee, so a bad employee will cost you money. A good employee will cost you nothing, and an excellent employee will make you 5 to 7 times their wage. So that's what you want to be looking for. You don't want to be looking for that bad employee. You want someone that's going to cost you nothing at the very worst case scenario, but you want him to be making you money. That's why I employ all the guys and girls within my business. I want them to make money for the organization. You are not a liability. You don't just come off the bottom line every single year. You're an asset. You're in the role so you can help the project progress, so you can help the company progress. And that's what I really look for, people that are going to help us progress and people that will make the company money.
Talk us through your hiring process. Do you have one? You've just gone through it, so you have one.
Yeah.
What's your How do you
I
go?
haven't used a recruiter recent times.
You have
I've actually-
previously?
I have in the past.
Yeah?
Yeah, I did
Good.
once. Look, it worked well for me. They got me the right person. I find that recruiters will just generally do the groundwork for you and put the good candidates in front of you. Tell them what you want and say, these are the people I want to speak to. And like, great. So that's what you're paying for. And look, they may attract some good candidates or they may headhunt a few people that they know are looking for opportunities. But ultimately, that's what they're doing. And I reckon that does save you time. In this instance, when I was employing a new PA, I've gone through that process and I'm like, all right, I'll put an ad on LinkedIn, made a good description because I've had now a PA for like a couple of years, let's say. I know what I want and what the role entails. So I was very specific with my questions. This is what you're going to be doing. This is where you're going to be working. These are the things and parameters. Are you comfortable with all of those things? So I had my pre-qualification questions. So that way, at least it filtered out some of the people that didn't qualify for the role in the first place. And then the ones that I sat down with, I went through all of these questions. You can tell from their answers, from their body language, from the way that they answer and the things that they say, whether they're going to be a good fit or not. So I interviewed probably 6 people. Out of the 6, there was probably 4 that were good. Out of the 4, there was probably 2 that I would re-interview and have a second interview with, and then made my selection from those 2. Now, could I have gone another 2-3 weeks and find another candidate? Maybe, but I want to move quickly as well. If this one doesn't work out, just go out again and try it again. Go find another candidate. If it does work out, fantastic.
Do you interview in person
Yeah, I did it via Zoom first
and then in person?
and then in person. I think it's important to meet the person face to face.
Yeah.
And also,
Sure.
I got them to come to the office on a weekend as well when there was no one here. So they came in on a Saturday morning. We sat down and say, this is the office. This is where we operate from. This is what we do. Some non-negotiables for me was it was an office-based role. So there's no opportunity to work from home at the moment. That may change in the future. But for the time
Are
being,
you going to change that?
potentially. It depends on the role as well, potentially. The site supervisor cannot supervise from home.
Of course, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it's
Yeah,
gonna
like
be
a mechanic
dependent.
can't service cars from home.
That's right. Bricklayers can't lay bricks. So yes, potentially it may change in the future. Look, from time to time, I have some of my employees there in the eastern suburbs working on projects. They'll lose an hour driving here to go and work when one of them can go home and work pretty competently, has access to the server and does everything he needs to do. So I'm just going to see out the rest of the day here. So cool, no worries, do that. And I know he's working because he's still sending emails at the time that he should be working. And I call him and said, hey, what are you doing? And he's like, oh, I'm just doing on this. So I know there's a level of trust there too. But again, I'm still a big believer that predominantly you should be here operating. But look, I like what you do on a Friday. Every Friday you can have your team working from home. I think that's good. I don't mind it. So I'm less opposed to it as I was, say, 6 months ago or a year ago. Yeah, maybe a little bit. So, that was one of the things I did say. It was clear. I said, look, there's going to be interstate travel. Are you okay with traveling 4 to 6 times a year? Yes. Cool. That's a good tick. We're in a male-dominated office. So there's lots of guys here. Are you okay with working with men? Just more for comfort reasons for them. Like I don't want them to come in here and think we have a 50-50 split down the middle, and then they walk in as like, oh, there's just guys here.
This is your DEI.
Yeah. So yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So making sure they're comfortable. Again, everyone's friendly, very respectful. Like you're not going to have any issues, but I think the conversation needs to be had. Like I had a few people coming from corporate, like 500 plus people at the business. I'm like, this isn't that. Could be one day, but it isn't that now. So I don't want you to think you're going to be in here and you're going to have 400 people coming to speak to you and you've got big corporate role. They go, it's not that at all. This is what we're about. This is what we do. This is how we operate. You cool with that? Yes. How they commute to work, not a big deal, but we're in Albert Park. Are you 4 hours? Are you in Geelong? You're going to commute every single day, an hour and a half to and from work. So I'd take that into consideration. Not to say I wouldn't, if they were happy to do that. I know plenty of people that have done that over the years, live down that side of town and commute to work every single day. What else was there? They were pretty much the main ones, just from a high level type thing that they needed to be okay with.
And so,
and then also traveling. When we travel, it's with guys as well. Like you need to be comfortable with that. I'm not going to change it up just because, you're the only female. This is what it is. This is who we travel with. This is what it's about. You cool with that? It's like, yeah, cool. So that was important, that they were comfortable with that and they understood the expectation with that too. And then from there, it's about their abilities, their skill set. What I liked about the recent hire is they were really able, or they were really willing to learn certain things and wanted to get into certain things. And that just showed me that you're not just the type of person that wants to go 9 to 5 and that's it. Don't talk to me after that. It's, no, I'm here to work. I'm here to do this. I really want to grow in this area and be better at this and do that, and really willing to learn and contribute and all that sort of stuff. So great. That's the sort of attitude that I want at the business. I don't want someone that's just going to be a zombie, not talk to me. You know what I mean? Have a bit more of a personality than a piece of cardboard.
Then a piece of
I just saw some cardboard, like piece of cardboard. So yeah, I think that comes down to it too.
If you like that clip and you want to watch another one, click just over here. And if you want to watch the full episode, click just over here. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and thanks for watching.